Never underestimate how weird and morally wrong anime can be. My Senpai is Annoying is a series that raises more concerns than actual questions. But before I get into how cops may need to be called, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click on that bell icon. Futaba Igarashi is our main character for the show, and her gimmick is that she's literally a grown woman in a kid's body. But I would say grown woman loosely, since she basically acts like a kid. This isn't Dragon Ball GT either, where Pilaf made a wish on the Dragon Balls to turn Goku into a kid. Futaba is just born this way so her giant coworker can treat her like a kid, which is basically the entire plot of the series. Harumi Takeda is Futaba's coworker and love interest, who's a giant monster. The two are friends and seem to be partners at work, often teaming up for different projects and covering for the other when things go wrong. And then it gets weird. Episode 1 has many moments where Harumi does nice things for Futaba, but it becomes clear that it's because he sees her as a kid. Even a blind person could tell you the way they act towards one another is more father and daughter than actual friends or coworkers. Harumi even admits that if he had a kid, he'd want them to be like Futaba, and that he dotes on her since he does see her as a child. It doesn't feel cute at all, and leads more on the creepy side, since there's no indication that Futaba is supposed to be an adult, except for one or two throwaway lines. So you get this weird dynamic of this giant grown man being nice to a little kid while she gets embarrassed and flustered. The worst thing that happens in episode 1 is Harumi petting Futaba like a kid. Just feels wrong in every way possible. At best, they just wanted a quick gimmick to make another shitty office life anime stand out more, but it should have been more like Himoto Mari-chan, where in certain situations Futaba would be seen in this kid-like appearance for the viewers, but in the reality of the show, she would just be a regular grown-up who's kinda short. Instead, we get Futaba permanently stuck looking like a kid, with a giant bear fully admitting that he sees her as a child. All this creepiness aside, this series isn't any good either. There's some plot about how Futaba wants to be a proper salesperson, and I'm sure the whole point of the romance is supposed to be her struggle to be seen as a woman instead of a kid, but the entirety of episode 1 was just weird situations for Futaba to act like a kid while Harumi treats her like one. Plus, the whole setup of these situations is just her struggling, and then him bailing her out while she gawks at him. This happens 5 times in one episode. Overall, this is just a really weak show that does nothing to justify its bizarre gimmick, and the actual plot isn't any good either. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm pretty much done watching this show after one episode.